Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for watching today. So guys, I just want to bring a quick update on how admissions is going to be in Europe, in USA, in Canada, or any other place around the world. Alright, I will be talking about some countries and I will be telling you when their admissions is going to open for spring 2023 or winter 2023. All right, this is something which you have been looking for. Then you have to pay attention to this. First of all, I want to make you understand that applications for admissions is different per country. Now, before you make an application for admissions in a certain university in a particular country, you have to put into consideration your budget. Make sure you plan your budget because this is something international students don't usually do. All these countries you see in Europe like this, all right, they have particular amounts or fixed figures that you have to have with you or must be able to know where you are going to get the money from before you start the admission. For example, I want to talk about the case of Norway. I will start with Norway. Then I will go to Germany, Austria, Finland, and all the rest. Now, for Norway, before you do an application, the first thing you should know is that application in Norwegian universities is just once a year. Just once a year, which is October to December. But some programs, or let me say some universities have admissions in January, like the University of Stavanger, all right? Some have from January 1st to January 19th. So the interval for Norwegian university application is usually very low, very short. So if you must apply, make sure you start gathering your documents now. Most universities are going to start applications in Norway on the 1st of October till the 1st of December. Again, pay attention to the fact that the submit button, when you are applying for universities in Norway using Sonark's webs, there is no submit button. As soon as you upload, it goes directly. Alright, that is something you should know. Now, that is for admissions. When you get the admissions now, when you are admitted to the university, there are a lot of universities, Norwegian University of Science and Technology, Norway University, the University of Stavanger, the University of Oslo, there are a lot of them. When you get admissions, you need to understand the budget partner comes in. You need proof of funds and it is a blocked account, which your university is going to give you to deposit the money inside. I hope you understand. And the money is 13,000 US dollars plus, in between 13,000 to 15,000 US dollars because it is not fixed. That is why I say in between. Sometimes universities in Oslo or the University of Oslo proof of funds given by your university will be more than that of Norway University because living expenses or living standard is different for both cities. I hope you understand. So put money into consideration. If you are not able to get money to block in an account, if you don't know where you are going to get it from, then move to another. Now, the next country is Germany. Germany has similar options. You must block money, but the money for Germany is smaller, all right? Which is, before it was 10,236 euros, but now it has been increased to 11,000 plus. I hope you understand. So before you make an application, know where you are going to get this money from to put in your blocked account because you must put the money in a bank in Norway. The difference now is you are the one creating the bank, creating the account in Germany, in the bank in Germany. But somebody who applied for Norway, it is the university in Norway giving the person the account to deposit the money in. That is the difference between the two. All right. And you must understand that application for German university, some schools will start December, all right, for spring 2023. That is the semester that begins in around April or March or April in Germany. Most schools will be starting their application November, December. I know some schools. I will be doing vlogs or videos about them so I can educate people who don't know. So just stay connected. That is the difference for Germany. Put your money into consideration. I'm saying these things because I notice a lot of us don't know these things, all right? Some people will come and they will be like, Milton, how much can I spend to move to this country? This is a video to help you. Now, I have talked about Norway, Germany. Let me now go to Austria. Austria is another very good country in the European Union. A lot of students are moving to Austria nowadays, and Austrian universities are very cheap in terms of tuition, especially public universities. I'm not talking about the private. Public universities, you are going to pay like maybe 363 euros the tuition fee, which is not even up to 200,000. So when you want to study in Austria, you will realize that some universities, I beg your pardon, some universities will tell you that their tuition fee is 363 euros, while others will tell you that theirs is 720 euros. I think the maximum so far is 1,142 euros I have seen. all right, or maximum 1,400. But just know that Austrian public universities are very cheap, all right, for non-EU students. That is what you should know. You just need that money and maybe 21 euros for registration, semester registration or something. But now, when you get the admissions, also understand that all the schools in Austria don't have the same intake. All right. What I mean here is some schools will start applications this September. Some will start November. In Austria, now I'm talking about Austria. Some will start December. Some will start next year, January. You understand? So the intake is different against spring and winter semester. There are a lot of universities in Austria, like the University of Vienna, the University of Salzburg, the University of Innsbruck. Again, some universities in Austria will need you to send original copies of your certificate to them before they will give you admissions. Others will admit you without you doing legalization of your documents. Others would not admit you unless you do legalization and show them. So that is the difference, all right? So then now admissions, you now need to go for visa interview. For you to go for visa now, you need to prove that you have money in your own personal bank account for Austria, and the money is usually between 9,000 to 12,000 euros. But to me, if you want to be safe on the safe side, make sure you have at least 10 to 12,000 euros in your bank account. I usually say I prefer 12,000 euros. The reason is because the living standard in Austria may be a little higher, all right? That money you are putting in your account, you just want to show the embassy. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you are going to like use all the money. No, you just want to show the authorities that I have this money in my account. I will be able to take care of my accommodation, my feeding. Though your tuition fee is very cheap, but they don't want a situation where you will be like, my money got finished. No, you need to show money enough before you can migrate. Of course, you know where you are going to be getting this money from. So I don't want to overemphasize on this. I have already explained these things so you understand. Place I want to talk about is Finland. Now, Finland has different intakes with regards to different programs. What I mean here is some particular groups of programs are open now in Finland, all right? Some are open just for EU students, some are open for international students. But if you ask me, I will say that wait for the joint application that is going to be January 4th to January 19th, all right? That application, you need to understand that when you do that application, when you apply for programs in Finland, you can apply to at least 3 or 4 programs. That is the first advantage. After that, there is an online examination, which is not usually difficult. You just need to master your way in and out of for your application documents, or let me say your preliminary tests. You understand there are certain courses that when you apply for in universities in Finland, they will say you must have qualifications in biology, chemistry, mathematics, English, and all the rest, and you must prove that using an online exam or maybe an entrance qualification or exam. You understand? So that is what I mean. But then after that, you have to, maybe a particular group of students have to be selected for the study program. So that is how this thing is. All right. So you need to understand that that is how the system is. But it's not like something is different. Okay. Now another system, another thing I want to talk about is understand that when you get this stuff, when you want to move to Finland, when you want to migrate to Finland now, you need money in your account. All right. And it's not going to be like something which is very small. You have to show that you have this in your. Now, after you get your admissions, first, but remember before you get the admissions, there has to be an assessment. And like I told you, some schools will have preliminary exams, all right? Some will have online interviews. Then after the interview, before you can be admitted. Now, when you are admitted, what you need to do is to confirm your position in that university, and confirming your position follows by tuition fee payment. All right. Someone asked me yesterday if after what can he pay his tuition fee when he arrived in Finland. I was like, no. This is how the system works. Some universities or some countries, in some countries, you can pay your tuition fee only when you arrive these countries. But for Finland, you have to pay your tuition fee for 1 year, all right? 1 year, if the tuition fee for 1 year is 3,000 euros per year, you have to pay 1 year, especially with applied science universities. Please always follow the videos to the end so you understand. Applied science universities like the University of Salvonia, you have to pay before you apply. Most schools in Finland, you must pay before you apply for visa. Now, some schools will give you scholarship, all right? Some will give you scholarship upon payment. What I mean here is if you pay on time, they are going to reduce some money from your tuition fee. I already explained this in one video. I will be explaining again more. Now, when you finish with that, you have to do visa application or you have to apply for visa. Now, you need money again, all right? And the money must be in your own account. must be in your own account. That's why I have been insisting that try to create your account now, so that before January it will be d'accord for you. When you are doing your application, you just know that if you lack money, you just put money inside and you apply for your visa. It is as simple as ABC. Try to create your account now. Planning without without planning, you cannot succeed. All right, so create your account now. The money you need to put in the account is 6,720 euros for Finland. Then again, remember, you can migrate with your family. There is information on the embassy website that was put few months back. You can check that. You can migrate with your family. For those who will be applying for Austria, check the Austrian embassy site in Abuja. You're going to see information about legalization, especially Cameroonians and Ghanaians. All right. So that is how this process is going to be for those who want to study. Now, let me talk about the other country, which is Spain. If you want to study in Spain or in Spanish universities, you must understand that Spain is not an English-speaking country. Same like Finland, but in Finland you can study a bachelor's program in English, all right, without even showing IELTS. I talked about one school yesterday, the video I recently dropped about Finland. You can study in that university without IELTS score. Yes, some people can succeed with that, but having the IELTS is an extra boost and a push for you to get the admissions as quick as possible. But it doesn't change the fact that you cannot get it, all right? You can get it without the IELTS, but having is better. Now, in Spain is not an English-speaking country. If you want to apply for programs in Spain, try to locate schools that have English taught programs, but it is usually very difficult. So a lot of international students prefer to go for private schools, but public schools in Spain are not usually very expensive, all right? There are universities in Spain you can pay 1,000 euros per year. That is the fact. But if you want an easy going, I would suggest you go for private universities, but renounce private universities. All right. There is someone recently got admissions for. He will be studying next year in one private university. In that school, when you get admissions, you have to pay your tuition fee before they give you confirmation to apply for visa. In this case, the documents are called conditional offer and unconditional. Conditional comes first, then unconditional only comes when you have paid tuition fee. That is for Spain. Then now you can get a family member, your parents or whosoever, get your other documents to sponsor you. You must not have money in your own account. All right, that is the advantage for Spain. You must not have money in your account. Now, let's move to Lithuania. For Lithuania, admissions is going to start from November, December in most universities. There are a lot of schools in Lithuania. Now, understand that when you have just WAEC or O levels, it will limit your chances of getting into some top public universities, because now the situation is competitive. You must have at least something to support your high school certificate, maybe a postgraduate diploma or something to support your WAEC or to support your O level and your advanced level. All right, if you want to really study in public schools in Lithuania, which are not that expensive. Now, understand that Lithuanian universities will charge minimum, I think, 2,800 euros a year. All right, that is a fact. And also understand Lithuania is not a big country, but it's easy to enter into Lithuanian universities than any other country as I know. Just make the requirements. Understand that most Lithuanian universities don't accept study gap. All right, some Norwegian universities don't accept study gap. But I think German universities will accept study gap, but depending on your GPA. So that is what you must consider. For Lithuania, you don't need a blocked account. You just need to prove that you have money, all right? Have money in your account, or maybe just tell the embassy that you are able to return. But understand that when you get the admissions, you have to pay the tuition fee before you apply for the visa, all right? That is something you should know. I will be bringing videos very soon, so stay connected. Now, let's move to France. France is another country which is going to start admissions from October ending to around December. And schools in France are very, very cheap. Public universities, the University of Paris Saclay, the University of Orleans, and all the rest. I talked about this several times. I have a lot of videos about that. So check the channel. Now, when you have the admissions, I have always emphasized for you to go through Campus France. But it doesn't mean that Campus France is going to manage everything. Now, when you have the admissions, you have to apply for the visa. Of course, you have to make some deposits, all right? And the funniest thing about these cheap French universities that you can pay just 170 euros to study a bachelor's degree and 243 for master's and 380 for PhD is that you are even paying these small monies in installment. That is a fact. Yes, you are paying in installment, and the blocked account for France is not that really bad. If you have money, put in a blocked account. If you don't have, use the other means. There are videos on the channel about proof of funds. Please watch them. Now, United States is a country where you can study for free. I already talked about this a few days back, and I'm still talking about that, telling you how you can apply in the US for free and all of that. All right, so you should follow those videos and know how you can get scholarships, how you can get funding, how you can get graduate assistantships, how you can get loans. You understand, it is very possible to study in the US for free, especially if you are going for masters and PhD. Those going for bachelors, you can study using scholarships. Scholarships in US are enormous. They just need you to perform well in your past education, or to prove that you have been performing well. Then you grab the scholarship. It is as easy as ABC. But for funding opportunities, remember I said there is a stage. It is by stage by stage, and you must go through lecturers, all right, to ease your road. The videos are there on the YouTube channel, and when you have admissions, now if you have funding, you don't need a bank account or a blocked account or documents. You just know and show your funding if it's full funding. But partial funding sometimes will not take care of your accommodation and your insurance. You have to pay for it. In that case, it still helps, because if it's partial funding, it will still help you as a graduate student or a PhD student. So these are some of the things you should understand. But if you have partial funding, you still need to show money. If you have full funding, no money. For those who will be applying for Erasmus Mundus, understand that it is not going to be easy. It is very competitive, so don't put your eggs in one basket. Apply to many schools, and France has an advantage because you can apply to at least maximum 7 schools if you are applying for bachelors. All right. Then for Norway, you can apply for maximum. I think their portal can take maximum 3 or 4 programs. Yes, that is a fact. So always plan your budget. This is all about budget planning, all right, and application dates and deadline. Like I said, schools in the United States are open right now to December for spring 2023, and from now till next year March or April even for summer for winter 2023. So that is what you should know. Austrian universities, some are almost closed, some are open, and I think a majority are closed. Most will be opening November, December. So this is what you should know, and stay connected. I just say let me pass this information till we meet again in another one.